TCGs are in danger of disappearing, and this is why. This is Dave with the Geeks and Jocks, and let's jump into the video. TCGs have been around ever since Magic the Gathering came out in 1993. Then Pokemon, then Yu-Gi-Oh came out into the market, and these are the three major players in the scene. What is your earliest memory with a TCG? Do you remember opening a Alpha booster pack, or maybe a base set booster pack? Or how about The Legend of the Blue Eyes White Dragon booster pack? Do you remember waiting for Inquest magazine to come out just to find out the price of the cards you own? Or do you remember going into chat rooms and reading what was clearly past the post just to get excited and pumped for the next set that was coming out for your favorite TCG? And many of them were like the Team Rocket, Legends that came out, Pharaoh's Servant, and there was a lot of hype and excitement around these sets. There was not a lot of information available, and the very little information that was available made it so that we were hungry for a new set. The point is that for my generation, which is 30 and over, this was the reality. We had very little information and we were super excited for the newest sets. The power level of your deck really depended on what you packed on that week, because usually you will get a booster or several booster packs per week basis, not like today where a lot of people buy boxes at a time, and your most prized possession lived inside a binder. But now with Magic Arena, the new release of Master Duel, and Pokemon TCG Live coming out later in 2022, things have changed and shifted a lot. You know, a lot of the meta gets solved really quick, seem to be on steroids because of the global supply chain problems that we do have, and some of the vintage paper cards are super expensive, and they are becoming more expensive. It seems that the cons outweigh the pros of having physical presence in brick and mortar stores. And with the rise of influencers and the streaming platforms, it seems that it gets pushed more in that direction. So it seems that paper TCGs are dying, but I have some ideas to save them. So first of all, what do we need to do? We need more securities into the cards themselves in paper TCGs, because fakes are everywhere, and it seems that getting better and better at doing so. So we need better safety mechanisms within the cards that are printed. Technology has made the fakes even better, but it should help out the original product to also make it more secure and make it better. Point number two is that they need to give us a reason to get together. I remember when Dragon Ball Super came out, their packs that they gave out for attending the event, they were really good, and they were cards that later came out in other releases, but it gave you like a pre-release kind of feeling or a unique cards kind of feeling within those packs, and that one made that every event where it was packed. I remember when we used to run those events in the store, every event was packed, and that was really good for the community because it built the community itself, and the cards later came out in lower rarities in future sets. So it wasn't like if you didn't show up or you don't have a local game store, you couldn't get them. You will be able to get them in a later set. Third, there needs to be a recognition for playing in person. Not only playing the game, but playing in person. Maybe like a spotlight in one of the websites that they run, and maybe run it locally or regionally. And then when you have your nationals, you obviously know everybody follows the big events, but you can do it locally and basically filter by like the zip code, and maybe to throw in a spotlight to local players that actually attend the events. And I think that recognition alone, it's a driver to get more people to play in person. Number four, less physical and better product. To be honest, I think that having the online platforms is gonna help R&D to test the cards, or their test team to test the cards, and also maybe have like people that play a lot but are not that good, maybe give them like a chance to like be in the testing team or something. That way they can give out their opinions before they roll out the complete set. Maybe change the name of the card that it's gonna be, or don't have any art on it or whatever, to make it a little bit more secretive. Test out cards that are coming out, because in Magic the Gathering, even in Flesh and Blood, the ban list, it's coming more and more common, even with cards that just came out. Magic the Gathering has this problem, Yu-Gi-Oh has this problem, I know for a fact that Flesh and Blood has this problem. So what I'm saying is that maybe use this as a test net and have it as a sandbox to test out with more people the cards, and maybe when you roll it out, then you do not have such big issues with the power creep of the cards that is natural within the TCGs. But maybe don't make those mistakes. I know that in Magic the Gathering they're rebalancing the cards online, and that may be a good thing, but how about doing it before they come out, before they become a problem? Tip number 5, it would be that tie the physical product to the online product. You know, I know that Pokemon gives you a code for every pack, and that can be redeemed in the online TCG that they do have. Maybe do that for every TCG. I mean, you gotta be up to par with your competition. And you know, I know that Magic the Gathering has the codes for those Planeswalker decks that you can redeem them and get all the cards, and that is a step in the good direction. You know, tie them together. Maybe make the online give you real rewards. How about if you play a lot or you always getting up there, maybe do some promo cards appreciation for all those players, because they do spend money on the platform anyways. So how about sending them a special card? Everything now is more global, so it's not like it used to be before. I know that a lot of the promos are sent out to players. Do that, and also do like merchandise, because a lot of people want merchandise for these TCGs. But like I said, make it so that it is more tied into the physical game. That way, let's say you played online a couple of days, but you also played physical. Every TCG has their own player ID. Then, you know, reward you if you play on both platforms, and give only in real life, and also the real life give you some online perks. But do it all the way. I know that a lot of TCGs have different ways of doing it, but like I said, do it all the way. Make it so whereas, you know, every product that you buy physically you can have online, and online rewards give you physical things like cards and such. So I don't know what we can do as a community to keep the games alive other than still get together and play. I know that, you know, there's gonna be a big push from the parent companies to move it online, because if you think about it, it's a lot less, you know, the art is already made, so they're paying for that anyways. The supply chain is gonna be a lot easier to do, because they just release it on the platform and then you can download it. I know there's scalability problems, but they still have to have the game running, so that can be solved with that team that they already have. So I see that the push is gonna be more to make it online, but as we as a community have to put our foot down, and for all of us old timers that want to get together and still play, you know, we have to come up with something, make our voices heard, just to drive the point across that we still want to play in person. But also, I don't want them to like slack on the online, because it is fun. It is fun to play. It's also convenient. I do embrace technology. I think that NFTs can do a lot of good for all the TCGs. I think that all of these technologies, decentralized technologies and such, they're gonna become a part of the game itself anyways. So why not embrace the technology and deliver a better experience, but without taking away the physical TCG. And that's it for today's video. Let me know what you think. I think that we need to save paper TCGs, and I know that's not only my opinion. I think that they need to push harder to have more of a synergy where the online and the physical games. And that's it for this video, and like always, comment, like, share, and if you like our content, subscribe if you haven't done so. I want to thank our sponsors, Dex. Their link is in the description of this video. And that's it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This is David with Geeks and Jux, and I'll see you in the next one.